Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another Historic Brawl gameplay video, this time featuring a Phelia, Exuberant Shepherd deck. Phelia is a 2-mana 2/2 with flash, and she has, whenever Phelia attacks, X up to one other target non-land permanent. At the beginning of your next end step, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If it ended under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Phelia. So while it can be used to get a blocker out of the way temporarily, most of it is going to be around abusing ETB triggers on your side, and that to that end, our deck is mostly made up of cards with ETB triggers and cards which like having creatures enter the battlefield. I would say we are ramp light because Phelia is only a 2-mana commander, and a lot of we have quite a low curve. We have gone light, but we do have a Solemn Simulacrum which ramps on ETB. So this is a great card to flicker with Phelia to get more basic lands. We have standard removal. We do have a new Razorgrass Ambush, where you can be a removal spell or a land. And again, Skyclave Apparition is a great creature to flicker with Phelia because it can take out a large part of your opponent's board, and they don't get the card back when the Skyclave Apparition leaves the battlefield. I'm not going to go through every single card because a lot of them are very similar. Most of our ETB triggers basically focus around drawing a card, getting value, maybe some life. Things like Circuit Mender, you gain life when it ETBs, and when it leaves the battlefield, draw a card. So if you flicker this, you'll be gaining 3 and drawing a card every single cycle, which is really powerful. And then we have cards which like things entering the battlefield, like Guide of Souls, Soul Warden, you gain a life. Stonebinder's Familiar, you put a counter on it every time. Well, once a turn, whenever you put one or more cards in exile, which obviously is what Phelia does. Delny doubles up the triggers of smaller creatures. Card draw, card draw, card draw, Sky card draw. Double up the triggers, buff your entire board. So that's a deck. It's mono white, so don't have much to worry about in the mana base. Trying to make these introductions a bit smaller for Brawl decks because they can end up being at 10+ minutes, which I'm sure no one wants to see. So that's the deck. Hopefully you all enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the gameplay. So with a decent opening hand, Pack Leader is really good because it basically allows Phelia to get in. We don't really have many things worth bouncing, but hopefully we will draw into them. Against an Alchemy Commander. And I'm sure we'll gain some life from Soul Warden unless he gets removed straight away. Rumor Gatherer is a powerful scry and draw trigger. And obviously Elish Norn doubles everything up. It would also stop their commander. So I think we just play Phelia. See, they can play their commander this turn. Wow, that's going to be a problem. But we can touch a Spirit Realm it. I would have liked to get out Rumor Gatherer. And I'll flicker the Soul Warden just so we get that counter on Phelia. And next turn we can Rumor Gatherer and Stonebinder's Familiar. I will keep that on top. Probably won't attack with Phelia. And next turn we can take out their commander. Hmm. Well, that's gained haste. Back down to our starting life, so that's not too bad. Let's see if they do block. I imagine they will. We will flicker the Soul Warden, because we do get that Squire trigger. And then I'll play out the pack leader. We do need another Plains. And obviously, now Soul Warden's come back. That turns into a draw. That's annoying. Yeah, that is bad for us. Should have taken out their commander before they got the trigger for Atsushi. Next turn we can get down Elish Norn, which makes all our triggers more powerful. And I think we're going to need the double life gain. Well, we'll get down Elish Norn. Sylvan Resistance is a good draw. We'll definitely swing in with Phelia and the pack leader. I think we'll just flicker the Elish Norn. Not sure why they scooped. They're in a really good position. But I think next turn we could have sealed from existence the Trumpeting Carnosaur, and then, depending on what we drew, left up to Ferris Protection. So I think we were going to come out ahead, but they didn't know that. But a good result anyway. Oh, Kinnan. Kinnan is, I think, going to be a tough one to beat. But Reprieve's pretty good. Maybe just to slow him down. And what we can do is flash in Phelia at the end of their turn, and then maybe get down Lembas and flicker it. I will take another land. Obviously, if they want to double block, I am more than happy for that. But they do not. sure. We draw it anyway, so... And obviously trying to be able to get up to 9 for Porphyrexia is pretty good. So they now have a lot of mana to play with. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. There's not a lot we can really do. Play out a Ketra's Monument. Do I go for the value? Yeah, I think we've got to see if we can draw into something. Maybe they don't block, but yeah, they do. I don't think Lauren's going to do it. But now they've basically got enough mana to spin Kinnan. I think I should have left up Reprieve earlier. They don't have enough now to trigger Kinnan. Well, to activate Kinnan. But they can swing in with the Vorinclex. If they want to. There's no reason why they shouldn't. We'll take 8. So we can ECD. But I think that might be worth doing it next turn when we can exile a couple of things with it. Let's see what we draw into. Forty Elder Gargaroth and Vorinclex do both have trample. So having a 1-1 to chump's not really worth it. I don't know if it's just a Jaspera Sentinel that's keeping up priority for them, because it can tap a creature. But they're not playing particularly quickly. They don't have an enchantment that we want to destroy. Let's get down... Let's get down Phelia. Get another 1-1. And then next turn we can play ECD. Attack with Phelia. They'll chump, but then we can flicker the ECD and take something out. Maybe they've got a counter? They do have a counter. Fair enough. We'll gain 2. Unless they still have something. Wow. I'm not sure that was really worth it. Fortunately, don't really have time to get down this Smothering Tithe. Otherwise, that could have... Oh, wow. Okay. I think that's probably game. artifact, instant or sorcery spells, which any removal is going to be... See, ECD does do it, but having Phelia get countered... Yeah, I think that's enough. Maybe we should have kept up Reprieve so we could bounce their Kidden before it came down, or bounce their Vorinclex. But I think if we got Phelia onto the battlefield the turn earlier, then we could have played ECD and yeah, copied it, taken out 2 of their big hitters. But it got countered, and that sucks. Kidden's a really powerful deck, so it's always going to be a tough one to play with. But it's also in the Hell queue, so I'm not sure why I don't think Phelia is that powerful, but maybe Wizards thinks it is. Oh, Joda, but the lesser known Joda, I think this lets you pay Wooburg instead of the mana cost for spells. Nykthos is always powerful, and Pearl Medallion is also really good as well. We are on the play, so I think we can Phelia turn 2 on their turn, Lembas just to start drawing. Do wonder what that is, but we will squire and draw. Sure, that's a way to gain a lot of life. We'll play out Nykthos. Swing in. Squire and draw again. Joda is 4 mana, so I think that's a very good draw. Next turn we can Pearl Medallion. Charming Prince. They put Karuga in hand. We'll get out the Monumental Henge. Let's play Pearl Medallion. And then we'll swing in, see if we draw anything with the Lembas. So I'll just get down the boots, and then next turn we can give Phelia some protection. I don't think we need that. Whereas Elesh Norn is great. This is where they start playing cards, because the Kruger means they can't have any cards with lower than mana value 3. So I'm guessing they foretold Saw It Coming, or Behold the Multiverse, or maybe a Doomscar. I think a Saw It Coming. Well, let's get down the Charming Prince then. There was no stick, so it's not a Saw It Coming. Circumender's great with Phelia. Well, let's put the boots on Phelia. And we'll play the Splendor. Probably should have done that before playing Charming Prince. I think it might be a Doomscar. Which they can play. That's why I didn't play Elesh Norn.
I am coming. It is to the library.
What do they name? Barol's expertise. Okay, okay. I think we can do some pretty good stuff here. Soul Warden essentially pays for itself. And then we will Circuit Mender. Gain a ton of life. Take out Tamio. And what do we flicker? The Circuit Mender. Yeah. Get that value, draw a card, gain life when it comes back in. I am expecting the Doomscar now. Maybe it's Auron's Epiphany. There we go. We do still draw a card. Well, let's play out the Smothering Tithe. Shame I didn't have the Broodmoth down. And we'll swing in with the Shepherd and go back to flickering Lembas. I don't think we need an Esper Sentinel. Master Spice is pretty good. So what we'll do, we'll play the Rumour Gatherer. Play the Broodmoth. Don't need another land. Play the Skyclave. Take out their Joda. Why it didn't tap Nykthos, I don't know. That's incredibly annoying, because I could have played the Spirited Companion then. Don't need another Plains. But we get one anyway. Maybe we should put Ether Flux Reservoir in the deck, so we do have 50 life. Yeah, so if they played their commander again, we could take it out of a Skyclave Apparition. And unfortunately, we drew a lot of land, but it means we did have about 20 mana available, which is really good. Aragorn, so a multicolour deck. This can get out of hand quickly. Priest of Ancient Law is good to flicker, and Cathar's Crusade is great. We do need a third land to be able to flicker Priest of Ancient Law, but hopefully Esper Sentinel will get us there. Ristic Buddy, as it's known. I am more than happy to chump Ragavan with Phelia. Do need that third land though. There it is. Yep. Esper Sentinel did its job. And now we start the value. Next turn we can get down the Ocelot Pride. And hopefully draw another land. Do we just take out their Skyclave Apparition, their bar class with our Skyclave Apparition? I think we do. It essentially is a ramp artifact. And Aragorn is 4 colour to 4 mana, so we can take it out. We've got to discard a card. We are... I think it's Ferris Protection. A land would be really good. Tempted to take out the Dryad with Skyclave Apparition. Since there's no point us drawing cards at the moment, we're just going to have to discard to hand size. Well, there is a ramp. Obviously, they might double block. But I imagine they want their Dryad. We'll play out a Catcher's Monument and the Pride. If I play Aragorn, we can even just ephemerate. Ooh. That's annoying. Well, there's a land. Alright. Again, not sure why they scooped. We were in quite a good position, but you know, they were hardly in a bad one themselves. Saying that, we could have taken out and he joins up and Aragorn with just Ephemerate. But yeah, a good result in the end. Laughing Jasper Flint, so it's Mercenaries Steal Your Opponent's Things deck. If we draw the land, this deck's really powerful. This hand's really powerful. Pole Medallion acts as a mana rock. But I would like to draw a land so I can Phelia turn 2, Blade Slot Bicer, then immediately copy it, flicker it, sorry. I imagine this gets taken out. But it's going to happen. Or is it? There we go. I got there in the end. Well, no land. We could be in a bit of trouble here. Well, there is the land. Let's play out Smothering Tithe. Hopefully this can ramp us as well. Or if he doesn't ramp us, it can disrupt our opponent's game plan. There's their commander. Right. Let's get out the Welcoming Vampire. And the Blade Splicer. So we'll draw us a card. Sure, let's get into their hand, see what they've got. They have something. Gissa is incredibly powerful, and they can play it. Bit of Triumph. Obviously, they can take out some of our creatures. I'm going to take the Gissa. I know how powerful Gissa can be from my Brawl deck. Oh, they get Nykthos. That's annoying. Because we play Phelia again, they will just kill it with Bit of Triumph. Oh, that's annoying. Well, let's get down a Catcher's Monument. And then we'll get out Rumour Gatherer. We're not far away from being able to play Moonshaker Cavalry. In fact, that lets us play Moonshaker Cavalry. So hopefully, next turn is lethal. Pearl Medallion and the Catcher's Monument put in some work here. Obviously, they can take out something with Bit of Triumph, but shouldn't make much difference. There's Gissa. They can commit a crime. But nothing has reach. I'm not sure that was the right course of action. Yeah, that's fine. I don't see the point of putting the Mirror Shield on their commander if they're not going to attack with it. We could flash in Phelia and hope we draw the land but I think we just play Moonshaker Cavalry. Sure. We wouldn't have drawn a land. Good thing we... and then... Goodbye. When I first tested the deck, I didn't put in Moonshaker Cavalry. I thought it was too big for a low curve command. I think we were going to get there. But actually, with Pomodali and a Ketcher's Monument, we seem to have drawn pretty regularly. You know, getting it down to 6 mana, that's not hard to get to. And, you know, while they did exile at Nykthos, having that Nykthos as well means we have a lot of mana. So I'm glad I did put it in. Oh, up against a new Herrigar, so an Erupting... is it Erupt? Is that what it's called? Erupting deck? But we've got a good opening hand. Play Self for Saviour, play Phelia turn 2, and then maybe Rumour Gatherer if we get another Heart or Charming Prince. Which Enchanter might be able to destroy some of their ramp artifacts. Oh, it's going to kill the dog. They are not. There's another land, that's good. As always, we'll play Phelia at the end of their turn. So if Herrigar they are going to be in a red deck, as well as a colourless deck. There's the Signet. So we'll play the Prince. We'll scry 2 and then probably scry 2 again. I think we need that many lands, but one land will be good so we can play the Witch Enchanter. Phelia grows, we can scry again. So we know what one of them is. Wow, a lot of lands. That's a bit annoying. We'll take out their Arcane Signet. Oh. Obviously they can block, but we can sack the Selfless Saver to give it indestructible, which I will do. So it means for now the Blazing Sky doesn't die. Nadar's pretty good. Sure. We can flicker the Charming Prince. Not the Charming Prince, the Witch Enchanter to take out the Surveyor. What I'll do... We'll scry one. Sure. I'm going to exile Atsushi. That way we can get him for 4 or they can chump. I'm fine with that. I don't think they're too far away from being able to emerge Heragast. That's kind of annoying. It must mean they get to draw a card. So thinking about something, I'm going to ephemerate Nadar. So we get that trigger a couple more times. We will create a treasure. Sure, let's cast it again. And we will give their Blazing Sky -4, -0. And what we'll do is we will attack with Phelia. And then blink Nadar. They might double block. They don't. They're going to get a lot of treasures, but I will play out a Master Splicer. And I'll keep the ambush for an ambush. So that buffs our entire board. That's pretty good. So with Heragast, obviously you want almost no cards in hand. Well, okay then. That was a bit of a setback. We'll just flash in Phelia on our opponent's turn. But we are not in a great way. We actually don't have anything worth flickering. Rumour Gatherer is a great thing to have on the battlefield when you flicker something. Just the 6 and us drawing land. Okay, I think that's us done. Yeah, we didn't really get the engine going. We managed to get through the dungeon, but usually the deck rule works really well when we can draw loads of cards, and we didn't quite get that. Hello Magic fans, welcome back to the wrap up. So we played 7 games with this deck with 57% win rate. We did at one point have an 80% win rate when we were 4-1, but the few games we played after that we were pretty poor. The final one, which I won't put in the gameplay video because it's just too long. You see, it was 28, almost half an hour, and that was me scooping. We're up against a kind of mirror match. It wasn't exactly a mirror match, but it was an Adar Selfless Paladin match, and it was abusing ETBs as well, and they just started faster than we did, and just basically we ended up drawing a load of land, no removal for their Elish Norn, even though they had everything they needed to bounce it all the time. So a bit frustrating, but a really powerful deck, a really fun one. Quite I know the times are quite long, but it's quite a quick one to get going. You know, because you're always playing your commander on turn 2. You should be getting that value from that attack trigger turn 3, and hopefully drawing something, Exile Summon with Skyclave Apparition or whatever it is, so getting that value straight away. So I had a great time playing the deck until that half an hour long match. That was a bit boring in the end. I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.